What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Far Rock 22, aka Infamous Owen, Infamous _ Owen on IG. Alright, today we're going to talk about Brooklyn and what happened with Sheff G and his crew. I read the papers, and not even the papers, in fact, I saw the news, and they rounded up like 30 of those people. You know what I'm saying? And they brought Sheff G back down from up north. You know what I'm saying? He was doing a bid. And I think Sheff G probably had to do like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, and he was at the end of his bid until he caught this new charge. Now, you know, I don't know too much of the details, but like every other rapper that they try to indict, they always try to, you know, say he's the cause of the violence. You know, he's promoting the violence, and, you know, he's paying people out to, you know, handle out his deeds. Now, I don't know how true that is. You know, it's not my job to say if it's true or not. But one thing I do know, right? When you're a rapper, an entertainer, a black entertainer at that, black rapper, black entertainer, whenever you have some type of influence, those people don't like that. And what's crazy about it is that, you know, I don't know if he controlled a lot of people. You know, they did say he was a gang member. They say he is part of the 8 Trey Crips. You know, but at the end of the day, man, the law does not like to see a man with some type of power. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you're using it in a positive way or in a negative way, they do not want you to have power. And I think that's what was going on in his case. Sheff G, I'm not gonna lie, he is one of the top dogs of this New York drill music. He's one of the top dogs, if not the top dog. You know, because who else can you name? And we're not talking about the Bronx drill. You know what I'm saying? No, not knocking Bronx drill, but Bronx drill comes second. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn started that wave in New York. And Sheff G, he's probably at the top of it. You know, I'm not going to name everybody else. I do like a couple of them dudes. You know, I mess with MVK. I like Coach Ghost. You know what I'm saying? I like 22 G's. But Sheff G, I'm not going to sit there and say that I follow him, but I do like his music. So whenever it comes on, I'm not going to turn it off. You know what I mean? Sheff G, that dude, I just never really got into his catalog, and which I'm probably going to do. But the fact is that this is a repeated cycle that happens amongst rappers. You see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're part of a, how can I say, part of a crew or organization, that's one strike against you. 2, you're an entertainer. That's 2 strikes against you. 3, you making money. You know, because you have people who are entertainers and probably gang members that probably ain't doing too much. But Sheff G, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure his word holds a lot of weight in the neighborhood. Probably in jail too. Because what they're saying is that he paid people with jewelry, money, and, you know, celebrations to carry out his deeds. You know what I'm saying? But this is the news talking. Can't believe everything on the news. And it's crazy because we've seen this a million times over and over again. And I want to know, when would people learn? You know what I'm saying? When will the entertainers learn? You know, it's only going to be 1 or 2 things. You cannot rap and still do the same thing that you're doing. And this is like not knocking y'all. I know y'all got to get y'all bread because probably rap don't pay enough. But at the end of the day, man, once you rapping, stay rapping. Stay away from that hood stuff, man. Stay away from that crowd that's going to get you in trouble. Matter of fact, and it's crazy because he's already doing a bid. So, I don't know, man. It sounds like somebody probably told. I'm not going to say if it was somebody in his crew or outside. I don't know. But when things like this happen, it's 2 things. Either monitoring your phone calls from jail, or somebody's giving these authorities too much information about you. And it's sad because they rearrested him, brought him back down, and he's about to get charged again. And he might be facing a lot more time. You know, and then sometimes the DA just like to make a show too. You know, make it seem like they doing their things, make it seem like they cleaning up crime in the city, locking up 30 people. And I've seen these type of indictments before. And for our Rockaway, they always used to have those type of indictments when they locking up 30 people. I ain't see an indictment in Rockaway back in my day when it was less than 30 people. It was always 30 or more they locking up. I don't care what project, they locking up like 30 people. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen this happen many a times where it is, you would think like, oh man, you read people's charges, you like, oh man, they about to get some time. Some people, they get their time served. Some people get probation. You know, some people get a slap on the wrist. I'm not gonna say that's gonna be him, but with a good lawyer, who knows? You know what I'm saying? He could probably beat some of these charges. We got to know what's the, you know, like basically the details. I can't tell you the details. I don't know the details. But with a good lawyer and some money, who knows? But even with a good lawyer and some money, those people still want to stick it to you because they know you young, you wild, you black, and you got a crew. You part of an organization. And that's the worst thing that can happen to you when you're an entertainer. But it's funny though, right? I don't understand. How come this only happens with the gangs in New York? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they don't do roundups in other cities or states, but I noticed one thing, right? When it comes to New York gangs, the feds do not play around with New York gangs. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you can look on YouTube, you can see people from Chicago, you can see people from LA, they repping their gang, they holding guns and doing all of that. You don't never hear about these people being indicted. Try that shit in New York. Let a gang member put a gun in the camera, guarantee you he's going to get indicted. He's getting indicted. Once your gang is making noise in New York, y'all getting indicted. The feds are coming. And I wonder why they do that in New York when you got other gangs all over the country that's probably doing just as much or worse. Because the other gangs all over the country, they're like, you know, it's like more organized, if you ask me. They got more members, a lot of these places, because a lot of these neighborhoods outside of the country, their gang territory be covering miles. You know, New York, it's just certain neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? But you go one block, you could be on a blood block. You go 2 blocks up, you could be in the Crip block. And then be on another blood block. You know what I'm saying? New York is funny like that. I said project. Gang territory don't run for miles like they do in other places. But for some reason, when it comes to gang activity in New York, the police do not play around. So, I'm no gang member, but I'll tell you this, right? I'm sure it's not easy being a gang member in New York these days. It'd probably be scary to be a gang member in New York. And especially when you're an entertainer. Once you put yourself on camera, that's it, man. They looking at you, and don't think that they ain't. Don't think because, you know, you just being cool and you probably ain't shooting like your other people's. You're part of that organization. They looking at you too. Believe it or not. So, you know, I just hope the best for Sheff G and the rest of his crew. You know what I'm saying? If they're innocent, freedom, man. Freedom. You know what I'm saying? If they have petty charges, time served, hopefully. But let this be a lesson to all those that's watching out there. If you gangbanging, don't be an entertainer. Be a gangbanger. Or if you gangbanging, you want to be an entertainer, don't be active. Simple as that, you know. Simple as that's the best advice I can give you. Because once you active and you doing that type of stuff, you're gonna go to jail. You're getting a one-way ticket to jail, and you see it time after time. There's no one who has done it except for the other rappers in other states. You know what I'm saying? In other cities. If you're a New York rapper, you should not be gangbanging. You could be an affiliate, but don't be active. You know, that's the best advice I can give you, because you see what happened. You see what happened to Casanova. You seen what happened to 6ix9ine and them, and Shoddy and them. You know what I'm saying? You seen what happened to Sheff G. Them people are not playing. So, like I said, man, if you're gonna rap, rap. You're gonna gangbang, gangbang. You know what I'm saying? I suggest you don't, but if you're gonna do it, do it. But you can't do both. Not in New York City. Sorry. Yo, y'all have a good day, and get at me. Peace out.